2015 was a bit of a roller coaster ride. We've set several records. May was the wettest month on record for the state as a whole. The average rainfall across the state was over 9 inches, shattered the previous record. And that pretty much ended the drought that started back in 2010, the lingering reservoirs levels being low. Floods will fill them up pretty fast.
John Nielsen Gammon is a professor of meteorology and the Texas state climatologist, and says that from mid-June through mid-September, much of Texas received less than an inch of rain, to be followed by the wettest October on record.
A lot of our weather, whether it's going to be a wet season or a dry season, is determined by what's happening in the tropical Pacific, which goes by the name El Nino or La Nina, depending on what's exactly happening. And that really affects the jet stream pattern, so it affects the weather across much of the globe, and we're in one of those sensitive spots where it really makes a difference. So it's not real surprising that we go through the same sorts of evolution of weather patterns from drought to flood and then back to drought.
Nielsen Gammon says there's a lot of research being done on how to predict weather on a longer time scale, but the most useful information for agriculture producers is hardest to get.
Unfortunately, probably the hardest time window to really get good information is like the 6-month range, where you don't have much more than persistence to go on of what's been happening with the ocean, and it's too far out to be able to forecast specific weather patterns. But that's the time of year when you really need the most information, because you need to make decisions on what to plant based on what you think you're going to be able to harvest 6 months into the future.
I'm Shel Winkley, looking at Central Texas agriculture from the ground up.
From the Ground Up is brought to you by Producers Cooperative, proudly serving agriculture since 1943.